It's time we talk about crypto. You've probably heard of the Game of Thrones level drama that has been consuming the crypto sphere since last week. And if you haven't, you might want to strap in because we're about to go on one hell of a ride. All you need to know is that the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, Binance, ran by a guy named Changpeng Zhao, also known as CZ, was an early investor into FTX, another huge cryptocurrency exchange ran by a guy who looks like the only time he runs is when he runs out of tube socks. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried, also known as SBF, or Sam Bankman-Fried. Why are there so many acronyms in crypto? FTX essentially became one of the largest exchanges due to the investments made by Binance and Changpeng Zhao, because CZ and Sam Bankman-Fried were actually kind of friends early on. Just last year, FTX was on top of the world. They had marketing deals with Steph Curry, Tom Brady.
FTX is the safest and easiest way to buy and sell crypto.
They even bought the naming rights to the Miami Heat Stadium. But this rapid exponential growth meant that they started to compete with Binance. Now this is where our story begins. Now sometime last year, Binance decided to sell their entire stake in FTX, and as part of the buyout, they agreed to purchase over $2 billion in FTT, which stands for it doesn't really matter what it stands for anymore. It stands for hot garbage at this point. Now FTT is a token created by FTX and used for trading fees. Now this move is going to turn out to be the death knell of FTX. It is going to be one of the worst moves they have ever made, because Binance now owns a poop load of FTT. Now all you need to take away from this is that there are two major bag holders of FTT, with one of them now being Binance. And the other one will blow your guys' mind, but we will get to that soon enough. This all leads us to November 6th, a day that will forever live on in crypto infamy. On November 6th, CZ came out and said that SBF had been talking mad smack to regulators about him and Binance. It's basically like two dudes who have been cheating on tests their entire lives, and one of them eventually gets up and goes to the principal and tattles on the other one. Now what happens next is one of the most beautiful moves in all of business. I mean, it is ruthless and cunning. It's absolutely devastating to any crypto holders, but it is just a thing of beauty to watch. CZ went on Twitter and announced to his millions of followers that he was going to dump his entire stake of FTT. Now anybody holding FTT knows that this is some really bad news. FTT instantly becomes more radioactive than the elephant's foot covered in Nickelback albums. The price of FTT plummets double digits overnight as people are just panic selling. Now you might be saying, hold up Doogie boy, FTX is a blue chip company and Sam is a genius billionaire. They can't go under. Sam even comes out and tweets, everything is fine, chill guys. But it's not a normal fine. It's the kind of fine your girlfriend says when you ask her how she's doing. Now things are gonna start to get really spicy here. Remember how I said there were two bag holders of FTT, with one of them being Binance? Well, the other one is a hedge fund called Alameda, a hedge fund started by Sam Bankman-Fried, the founder of FTX. Now on paper, Alameda is a powerhouse. They have over $12 billion in assets. They're basically like a shiny Ferrari. The CEO of Alameda actually comes out and says, hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna buy back all that FTT. Screw Binance, screw CZ. We don't care. We're good. But Alameda is not Ferrari. They're a Ford Pinto covered in blue flame decals. Now a very sus leak on November 2nd reported by CoinDesk shows that the emperor actually has no clothes. Of the $12 billion in assets under management that Alameda has, over half of them are in FTT, FTX's coin, the very thing that they are trying to buy back. It is all just one giant incestuous relationship like medieval England royal families happening with the FTX, SBF, acronym ecosphere, which if you remember from 30 seconds ago is a giant Titanic-sized sinking pile of dog poop that nobody wants to work with, kind of like the Bill Cosby of crypto. Now you remember how Alameda's CEO basically came out and said they were gonna buy back FTT and all's good and well? Now like that one scene out of John Wick, Alameda will do nothing because they can do nothing. Now people are really panicking. It's hot potato Play-Doh, musical chairs, and the floor is lava all at once. Now people are starting to take all of their money out of FTX, and FTX begins to experience over $5 billion in withdrawals. Now at this point, FTX is in some deep poop. They are experiencing severe liquidity problems. But not to worry, SBF's old friend CZ comes along just when the light was flickering out for FTX and offers to buy them out. Now SBF tried to sugarcoat it by calling it a strategic acquisition, but then CZ comes out of the gates like an absolute daddy and savage, slams his gentleman's sausage on the table, and sets the record straight and says that he's basically bailing out and saving SBF and FTX. But this is the story that just keeps on giving. I mean, this story gets even crazier. During the due diligence process, CZ and Binance discovered that FTX was doing a lot of shady stuff, namely gambling away people's money, which to be fair, almost all banks do. But unlike FTX, most banks have a 1-to-1 ratio so that in case you need to withdraw your money at some point, it is actually available to withdraw. FTX didn't maintain that 1-to-1 ratio. They were basically treating people's money like it was just house money and gambling away with it. Now during my research into all of this, I stumbled upon some insane discoveries that are both terrifying and hilarious, which I will share with you guys in some upcoming videos. So make sure to turn on those notifications and hit that subscribe button so you're the first one to watch them. See ya and thank you.